Welcome everyone to HueFin News. Today is January the 1st, 2019. This is the home of the 2-minute price prediction as well as giving you all the news according to the chart. Now, what we're going to do today, we're going to talk about a chart saying to us that it is now time to buy the S&P 500, ticker symbol SPX. There is an article written from the street. You guys can see here on the left side of my screen that references this price chart. We're going to go ahead and look at it and try to determine whether or not if this price chart is actually telling us that it is the time to go ahead and buy the S&P 500, of which we will look at our own price chart to determine whether or not that is actually the case for this particular market. Okay, so we're looking here at the article written on the left side. It was written updated January 1st, 2019. It was originally uploaded to this website December 31st, 2018. The title reads, this chart says the S&P 500 could rebound in 2019. Okay, so going ahead and look at some of this information in this article. He goes on to write that the good news for investors is that the technical picture actually points to the possibility of a rebound in 2019. So this article is trying to give us some forward price prediction as to what they are expecting the market to do for the new year of 2019. Now, this is the price chart in which Jonas is referencing. This is the price chart that he is trying to stipulate that the market is trying to tell us it is now the time to buy. Now, looking at this chart, you can tell that the market is in a definite uptrend in this space of late. The market is in a definite bull run. This all occurred during that 2008 financial debacle here on the United States. And ever since then, 10 years from that time, the market has continued to show move to the upside. Looking here at this chart that they have listed, let's go ahead and make this a little bit bigger real quick. You guys can see here that the market has been on a very strong bull run, and recently we're coming right back here to this trend line that they have drawn on this chart. This is the indication that he is trying to insinuate is now the perfect opportunity to come in and buy the S&P 500. Looking at the relative strength index, which is the indicator right here at the top of this chart, he has circled twice to where the market was moving under the RSI of 14. Okay, definitely under this dotted horizontal line, you can see that the market is entering a moment or a buying opportunity in reference to why he is saying that 2015 occurred on this particular time, and we're going through that same process now in 2018. Okay, what he is also referencing in this article is that this particular price chart is simply a bull correction rather than overall market correction for the S&P 500. That's what I have highlighted right here. Bull market correction when viewed over the longer term. Okay, like mid 2015 when the S&P 500 saw a similar pair of volatility shocks violating a short-term uptrend. This is what he's referencing right here, to where the market in 2015 did violate the bull run recently, and it only came and held this support line that is drawn on this chart. And then the market quickly recovered and gained momentum to push back up to areas of resistance. So this is what he's trying to say is occurring now for 2018 or 2019. Okay, after all, the 24 months that followed the end of 2015 correction wound up being a stellar time to own stocks. If history is a prior indicator of future returns, then yes, he is definitely accurate in that statement, because 2015 was the last drop we have seen in the S&P 500, and ever since then there had been stellar returns in the market if you were a buyer around that 2015 time frame. Okay, now of course Jonas always got to give you a stipulation or a disclaimer. He goes on to write that that doesn't guarantee what's to come for equities. The S&P 500 could certainly violate its long-term uptrend, opening downside risk as demand for shares fizzles. Okay, now one of the things that you can tell that we're going to talk about on our price chart is that the volume definitely came in around the ending half, beginning of 2016. Definitely we need to see that occur around this particular time for the S&P 500, the volume remains lighter in the market for the S&P 500 right here around the support area. Definitely continue to show you that interest or the market is not buying into the move to the upside. That is one of the differentiating things that is not going on that we saw during 2015 in the stock market. Okay, as long as S&P 500 trendline support holds around that $2,400 point level, in which the index closed Monday at 2506, then the high probability trade for early 2019 is a rebound move. We will show you that on our chart that the market has been in a rebound ever since Donald Trump went ahead and did that infamous tweet to go ahead and buy the dip. You guys, we do have a video for that, to where the market is showing some euphoria to recover somewhat to the upside. But overall, the market, in which we're going to go ahead and look at it now on our price chart, is the same depiction of the market continuing to show us that the market is not giving us the same type of action that we saw during this particular period. Okay, the volume definitely did come in at that 2015 2016 years, but right now this current monthly price bar for the S&P 500 definitely looks a lot wider than what we went through in 2015 and 2016. So that is a difference, something that is not normal, that has not occurred in a while for the S&P 500. So definitely a situation has changed. We are not seeing the same indications of what we endured during 2015, 2016, during the 2018 time frame. So keep that in mind. Now, granted, the market for the S&P 500 for the month of December, in fact, tried to break below 2,400 points. We did recover. We are in a rebound as of this particular moment, and we definitely need to keep our eyes on the volume going forward to see if we're going to get that same amount of volume that we saw during the 2015-2016 time frame, which was around 92 billion shares, stocks being traded for the SXPX. Okay, right now we're only getting 58 billion, 50 billion, and then last month for December, 52 billion shares being traded amongst market participants over the last 3 months. So we're not getting that 92 billion, 93 billion shares being traded on a monthly basis during that time frame. So definitely the market is not ready or really buying into the notion of a rebound in 2019. Okay, the weekly chart for the S&P or the XPX continues to show you that yes, we have endured a lot of volatility. We are recently trying to see some volume entering the market for the XPX, but considering that this is a start of a new year, we're not going to see a lot of volume entering the market. So as we go throughout the month of January, we definitely need to keep our eyes on this volume. We need it to increase in order for us to become more convinced that the market for the XPX is going to continue to rebound and move higher. Okay, that 2,400 point area has been support. We're holding it now, but the market with this volume definitely is not convincing that it's going to be a very substantial or sustained up move to the upside. Okay, so right now we are seeing some strength in the market, but that 2,600 point area is a resistance. Okay, so the market can trade in between 2,400 points to 2,600 points, but as long as this volume remains light, we will not be breaking above 2,600 points in the future. Okay, so that is the caveat that allows us to know whether or not the market is actually feeling the move to the upside is more apparent. If the volume is not appearing, then the market will not be moving too much higher than what we are already being trading. Okay, so that is the huge difference that we can see on the price chart from what this article is trying to insinuate on their price chart. Is the fact that we're not getting the volume that we've seen during 2016 right now. And on top of that, the price bars are definitely a lot wider and longer than what we've seen in the years of 2015 and 2016. Those 2 points can definitely continue to break this uptrend that we are seeing in the XPX. Okay, so I'm still looking for the XPX to continue its consolidation throughout the couple of weeks of January. And if the volume remains lighter than what we've seen during the 2015-2016 area, we will not be moving too much higher than what we already are trading at. Okay, so I'm telling you that now, to expect that in the market if the volume does not come in. Now, if the United States and China are able to come up with a trade agreement during the month of January, then the volume definitely would appear and we would break out above 2,600 points to the upside. That is literally what the chart is trying to insinuate. But as of right now, we have to go with what we are currently going through, and that is movement to the downside. But we're still within this trading channel that we have endured for the last 10 years for the S&P/X. So we're still in a bullish uptrend in the market, but the moment that we break below 2,400 points, maybe even a little lower than that, definitely we are in jeopardy of breaking it to the downside, and that would be very, very bad for the financial stock market. So according to the S&P 500, I would not say that this is the perfect time to come in and buy the market. Definitely something that needs to be watched. That's why I'm trying to insinuate to you all to pay attention to the volume. Okay, if the volume does not appear, then this is not a true move back off of this support line that they got drawn on their chart, and rather we're just taking a break before the resumption to lower prices or to lower points. Okay, so right now it's just literally a watch and see for the SPX as to it being a buy. We are in a slight rebound right now, but again, I'm not truly convinced that we're going to be moving too higher right now just yet. Okay, so that's our thoughts, that's our opinion on whether or not the XPX is actually an opportunity to come in and buy. We're definitely a look at the market though. We would like to know what your thoughts and your opinions are for the SPX. Do you think that we are going to hold this uptrend that we've been in for the last 10 years? And if so, how high do you think the market will go for 2019? If this is your first time coming to our channel, do not forget to like, share, and to subscribe to this channel. And as well, hit that bell notification too, so that you all do not miss any of the content that we upload to this particular platform. Make sure you all maintain your profitability, and I will see you later.